the first couple minutes.
Let's see if Deuce can get up on the board. Fracture next. You got to
See.
finally get some fracture here in America. So no tape. These teams are about to go fresh into the second map, and we will get that. And ending on Haven to see if the chess match really needs to be played out.
I missed all the story yapping, bro. I don't think I'll get some food.
Is that Sato also mentioned in a conversation with Sage Tween saying, and also to Andre interview saying, look, when we played against a team like G2, when we had to face off against them on Harbor, it was so hard for us to figure out how to play against it because we didn't have the reps. Now they have no reps against Envy. They don't know what comp Envy's coming out with, which we get to see right now. So we're gonna have a Neon and Neon. Sato's going to stay onto this Phoenix, but I think if you're looking on Envy side and focusing here, you are playing to the strengths.
Doesn't look like they did the 1v1. Am I tripping?
Into these roles, with the exception, of course, of Exter, but he's been playing the smokes mostly recently.
And he's been kind of finding his own. He said there was a bit of fog of war getting onto that stage, and even on the
oh, it's way here.
Having to branch out seems comfortable. Sky back at home on.
So you want it?
Did he actually leave? I mean, they're playing out a 5th round, but oh my word. 4-0 to start it off is brutal up against the up. It's nice to see Rossi get something.
He's just laying back.
Yeah,
This is me when I'm losing like 5 rounds in a row. I'm just
come back, maybe.
laying back.
Oh my!
Wow, Rossi going for the judge.
Judge
I mean, that's
gaming?
one way of beating the op, I guess.
I was joking when I said that, but oh my god.
Somehow Rossi's making a go at this one. Envy down by 1. But that'll be it with Neon getting the last kill. So Lev get priority there in terms of side selection. And, well, frankly, we've been seeing a new Leviathan in stage 1. And that's why I want to let Wyatt break
Homie bought an
down.
op for the
He's not
1v1.
here right
Oh,
now.
bitch.
He's hanging out in another room with a telestrator to demonstrate their evolution.
What a beach.
Leviathan are looking like a completely different team from kickoff into stage 1. They used to be
on that play. They already TP through, not realizing the hookah was a little separated from the play due to utility, but Rossi doesn't back down. Okay, he'll give up a bit of
I'm gonna
space.
eat in your ears, by the way. Where's my golf? Let me get my glasses real quick.
Isn't it? Playing a little funky here for a moment, but they are still trying to back each other up and not give an inch.
Yeah, that was
Envy.
crazy. My headset wire was dangling around my leg for some
swing through
reason.
that wall, but they're just trying to win that timing back in their favor.
It's
which is nice
needlessly
because
long, bro. I don't know why my headset wire is so long,
Leviathan's gonna
bro.
hit towards this A side, and he still have a little bit of showers control, so this is going to be a nice little pincher towards the end in this post plant.
Yeah. Sorry for all this noise.
Oh, just seeing one. Yeah, they're going to have to accelerate a little bit or turn around to fight, and they choose to fight. Rossi gets 2 more. Just heating up already. And that's going to bring the team around as well in the momentum. Waiting to see if there could be a TP. Already thought about by Rossi. He's waiting on B-side.
The thing is, right, though, they have to cover every single
So Leviathan won both their games. It's crazy. I wonder who Leviathan played against.
He sets himself up. He's no stranger to these situations either. He knows he has to.
So I think if they win,
creates that angle,
they go to the
on
next
each side of
stage.
U-Haul here and hope to only find that one fight.
I think. I'm not too sure.
Might be forced into a few. The slide out comes in too quick, and Kesnit's going to be able to capitalize. They go for the defuse as well. Actually, they're throwing it down for orbital strike. No, okay, Rossi gets it. Just going half and half for Budsies. I think.
I mean, it
Yo,
is
Eggy on
where they want to focus on their
Rim. I don't
right
like
now.
this.
Getting that pit up early would be super important for them, but I think another win con looks like to me they want to fight with a lot of aggression. I like the first fight though that we saw from Leviathan at that contact on Sands because Neon actually dropped a nice smoke into the
Crazy because
disrupt the vision of Demon 1 actually going through the TP.
Phoenix is kind of good on this map.
So they didn't have a chance really to set the best crossfires, so there was some great trades coming out from that side. What I'm liking at least from the get-go from the side of Envy, is that
they're running double smokes. Okay, makes sense.
Okay of challenging that back, which was something that was missing against their game against Cloud9, giving too much space, rotating through spawn on the early info.
So Sato, they don't have an initiate. No, they have an initiator. They have no sentinel. So Leviathan really wants to win.
Should just be able to walk
Attack.
this for the plant. The post plant, a different story once they meet the guns of Envy here. Nice delay, more so damage. Oh,
Jesus.
Sliding in, Kesnit finding 2.
About to get 3.
On a swivel there. It looks like he might even get a 3rd. Just playing with his food here. He's strafes back
Jeez.
and forth on blows. A third kill. And these points are coming in.
Yeah, Neon not doing nothing if you don't got that up.
Come in, a little bit of money, but Envy cleans that up.
Yeah. And Kizit's still going to be able to play that judge going to the next round, which is going to be very strong going to the bonus. If he dies, that's overdrive going to round number 4. So again, all the chips are stacked correctly for Envy to have a great start on a defense. Kizit already 5-0 going to the last 2 rounds, but I think really what cemented them for a nice little victory on that pistol round was especially Rossi pushing forward for those kills and those trades on short side.
So potential Neon ult here. Giving Poppin the judge.
Being selfless, finding space, not only just tackling down for kills. If he's guaranteed the shot with the buckshot close range, sure he'll.
So I think what they're gonna try and do is Neon's gonna try and get a kill with that Guardian, and then go crazy with it.
Could follow up with him for these trades.
You got to imagine he's got a lot of good duelists on the team to practice with. Demon 1 in there, Exter in there. Honestly, this team.
God, it's cold,
full
bro.
of 'em. So Kesnet always getting good competition, finding the best of himself from this squad. We see a first engage there, and just a heal up coming from that is looks like
Still very bad. Let's
go
go 2-tap to the Guardian.
It's a nice little W as well, because that means you only have like what 10 HP left in your regrowth if you want to heal the rest of your team in the post plant. So Envy could actually bring a lot of damage going into the post plant. Launching smoke.
Oops, my phone alarm.
Stall on showers, and it looks like everybody's moving into
so
more of an anchor
cold.
position now. Time's ticking a bit down, and again, Rossi feels comfortable.
My XP bar is low. I need a cuddle buddy.
The pistol round when they were just considering all of the options that Led have.
Scout destroyed.
Lever, they're just waiting down to the wire here because they, one, can't find a kill and want the pressure of hoping to force this offsite.
And Lev looks like they're just going to play the wall contact back into the A site just to surprise some players.
30 seconds left.
Bit of a flash. Oh, Demon 1 caught out early too. He hasn't been really able to fire off a shot. Lev sees him, they take him down. Spike covering a bit of elevation here, but the Phoenix Wall stops them. So they dash through together. The teamwork is there from Lev. They light up that kill feed, and now they leave Poppin and Rossi. Oh, drawing a picture of his opponent there with the judge. Instead of taking him down, blows finalizes at the last 2, and Lev will take the bonus away from Envy.
And they do have their protocols going in for Envy in that round, just trying to react correctly to what was happening in that map. When you cut noise here for Leviathan, you're still throwing out these smokes from Poppin just to try to get a contact. You get a bit of a ping, but you're also trying to move Kesnet as fast as you can into these right moments. But unfortunately, he still had to keep jump spawning into this B site, which allowed here Leviathan to go for such a big pop through their attacker side wall. We kind of like that too. That allows for a little bit of encumbrance to not allow Demon 1 to get too much value with the scopes if he's going to have to try to opt from Heaven or opt from APC. So it's a nice little wall that they utilize here for Leviathan in that previous round. And this time, though, nice little denial from Demon 1.
Yeah, on the board with Lev running a lot of their pistol round, what it looked like here. With guns, still a few trades, trying to stay alive. Kesnet gets pushed in, and Lev is just swarming the site. Water falling in before Envy can react. Poppin with just a few bullets left, and it is not enough to answer the call needed. Lev quickly put another one on the board.
Yeah, unfortunately, a ding through the wall that doesn't do too much damage there from Poppin on a 1v2. Almost isolated that first fight in the end, but man, was that quick for Leviathan.
It's an attack-sided map.
A little bit of a change of tempo.
And Envy already won 2 rounds with the pistol fiasco, so.
Once we started looking at this stage 1, since Neon joined this team, and they had time to really practice going into stage 1 from their boot camp in Santiago. But Demon 1, like I said, did an excellent job denying that.
I don't know why they put no one in elbow.
He gets hit by the vulnerable here of that snake bite, and there's just too many bodies running out so that the 2 players cannot help. Because they didn't have that stack. It's weak side now. Very weak side on B. But it's only a pistol that we have here for Envy. So save going to the next. You're trying to have a little bit of a win con with Demon 1 with this headhunter here. But it'll just be Leviathan still taking their time after getting the player advantage because you still don't know where the stack could be coming from.
Yeah. A nice first kill by Sato. You actually saw Poppin hiding at the triangle of their back spawn. Moved over as soon as the kill came in. So already Envy was saying, okay, we have one that can lean, hopefully set up a trap if that's where they go.
So weird that we don't have Poppin on smokes.
Avoids that hookah trap. A clear from the Trailblazer. And Lever in again.
Should be easy for them to take 2.
Yeah.
Right now,
I would imagine you'd put
post plant. They already have
Eggy on like KO or something, but like KO's not good. So fair.
Oh, actually picks one up there, but they can't get any of the weapons just out of reach. The kills are finalized by Lev, and 3 fast rounds, really showing their aggression and just keeping a pace of their own.
The real test coming through here if Envy could actually stuff this big ult round that's available now for Leviathan on the attack. Remember Sato, when he's playing this Phoenix as his role is just to run it down. Or you're chasing kills, or you're dying, or you're picking up orbs. You're just trying to bring up that running back ASAP, because that's a free drone as well for the team. It's almost like a yoru ult at home, where you're still gonna go in, try to get some info. You could still get some picks, but if you get picked off there, you could still survive, and that's it. Hookah control, but now leverage him to scout into the site. It's Rossi holding it solo.
They went through B long, now they crash and waterfall out of Hookah again. Rinse and repeat for Lev here, and it just seems to work. They source every member
Nerf Neon
that was in the B site
Lamau.
and push them back to their own spawn.
I think you have no choice but to save at this point.
Yeah, that was... they're just forceful about this right now.
Because you definitely know as well, Sato, he's not going to be chasing for kills anymore. He just used his ult. So for him to fall back is super important, or stay with the team. Maybe he wants to start chasing to make it a little more expensive here for Envy once they realize here that Envy is on a save. So there you go, confirms it. They're pushing in towards that spawn. And yeah, they're not giving a chance here for Envy to save their weapons at all. I didn't really like the approach from it at the beginning though here, Riv. Because you already knew here, looking at the tab, you're looking at the scoreboard, you know that there's a running back available. You know they're going to be very explosive going to that one. And again, it's a one-up. It's a free life. You can't waste utility. You can't waste your life. You need to find ways here to stack with your team or play the retake at that point, and you're playing another 2 versus X players running in from the side of Leviathan. Envy cannot hold that so far.
Yeah, I think the state of the game got away from them a moment, and they realized, oh, there was a lot to layer there. I think they recognized 2 rounds in a row now that the snake bite, the strafe jump that Lev's hitting out of Hookah is not giving it as much value as it would they would hope.
Yeah, looks like we still want to keep our timeouts now for Envy. Not really, doesn't really seem like they're really scrambling for a solution yet. But I think they're realizing this fast tempo from Leviathan is starting to happen quite often. If you're giving up that space towards Hookah, you got to expect these type of explosions here towards this B site.
Demon 1 Guardian round. They're trying to put a lot on this one. Oh, he gets spun on. Neon was expecting it. Overdrive is going to drop Rossi where he stands. And again, 2 are instantly dropped in B site, leaving the rest of Envy to scramble.
Yeah.
Unlucky, bro.
Eco round though, at least the rest are going to go chase for some kills.
That shot was gross.
Close ready for the Seekers for the next round, and they're just going to try to hunt down Kesnet, who doesn't really want to give an orb away here to Sato. So he's trying to find where Blows is at. Blows already has his ult, so it doesn't really matter. Now he can even save a weapon on top of that. It's actually not too bad.
I'm going to say Kesnet's the only one on his team without an ult as well.
Yeah.
He gets that, and they actually could get a few rounds back-to-back here if they sync those together.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need it.
Nice movement.
Right now, at least, Leviathan are doing also the excellent job of maintaining and managing the economy of Demon 1. Maybe into the next round, what would happen here is Poppin could buy the op here for Demon 1, and Demon 1 just drops a different weapon. Actually, he has his own Tilda False in the next one anyways.
Right.
So now you could cycle potentially 2 ops going into the next few rounds, but of course you're not trying to lose the upcoming ones here on Envy on the defense, but...
Does that become a shower up now? It's Ben B long, and Sato has sat it down a few times. Here they find Demon 1 trying to play
Oh,
tricky
bullshit.
long, and Sato has sat it
on the
Where's that crosser on his head, bro?
a shower up now. It's Ben B long, and Sato has sat it down a few times. Here they find Demon 1 trying to play tricky again. They got to switch something up.
Look at Neon with that flick, by the way.
Yeah, that's what he's spun.
The plays that he makes on just flicking shots is just insane. He did so many of them as a chamber against G2 last week too, and man, the potential and the firepower that this roster currently has, even though being very, very new, are looking like a veteran team going into stage 1 already. And you know what? It brings an interesting point, because when we started the offseason, they won an off-season Chinese event, and then you're like, oh, well, Leviathan, they're going to be the dark horse.
Winnable.
They're probably going to be top 3, be able to make it to Santiago once Neon's able to join.
Right.
And then you started seeing the fall off a little bit, because you had to change roles here and there to just adapt it to Neon not being in the roster yet. And then once he finally joined in that lower bracket run, they weren't that impressive because it was such a short turnaround of time, you know, that they couldn't get it done. So I feel like those stocks kind of went down. But now that they had a chance to boot camp in Santiago and show what they're made of here in this stage 1, you're like, oh, yeah, these guys are legit.
It's big. I mean, even from last year when they came in, Sato mentioned, and this is just a comparison of like joining a team and building it from a position that when him and Oki joined, they were all friends. It was still great, but you're not getting a good base still. You're just kind of being thrown into a team. So you're right to have that time in Santiago now to build before this and figure out what that 50-50 split no longer having to be played between the team looks like with just one player now in that spot.
So I want to get to the conversation we were mentioning before, the win con here of the op. Where do you want to use it for showers? I was going to say no because there wasn't too much conditioning from Leviathan at that side except for that flash. Usually it's a start out towards his B, so you see now Demon 1 starting over on the B side, and Lev reads it correctly by flashing through and getting the first 2 picks.
People just getting washed over there in shower. Lev cleans up 3, and this is fish in a barrel. Okay, the fish is angry. Poppin gets a few there as he just holds down Mouse 1. King is still able to come away, smiles across the faces of Lev. King's serious, obviously. But yeah, they shut down a timeout right out the gate. Going to the next one, feeling good.
It's tough as well, because when you're looking at it, you had great positioning for Showers control, and already a 3-player stack over on the TP side of B. So they had whatever was needed to try to go for a flash pick into that spot, but because we smoked out the entrance of Showers, there's no real way of doing the real crunch by sky flashing through and then fully popping across. So that kind of just fails in that plan. Now Envy has a second chance though with the op, as I mentioned before, this time Tour de Force for Demon 1. And Leviathan, as they conditioned so many B-side holds, now they're showing that they're able to take full control of Showers too, and they want to start that way as well and force these rotates.
Push up already. I'm sure Demon 1 has a little bit of audio here. There it is. Oh, the protection though. You would call it shadowing his teammate jumping back, but Spike takes full advantage of the situation, takes both down, and they clean that up.
It went from shadowing to body blocking, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Papa gets 2 again? Deja vu?
Wait. Very winnable though.
Yeah, very winnable. Not gonna. Yeah, Blow's not gonna be able to get in just yet.
Enemy remaining.
Oh, Poppin gives a shoulder, gives the fix away. And Blows just hits the shot as Rossi goes for the short swing. 7-2. They seem like they could do no wrong in these last rounds.
This is insane too, and also when you're looking at this roster for Leviathan, you're always thinking of all the other ones. You never really see a chance for Blows to activate, right? He's always flashing for his team, being the utility, but this time in the clutch, he's able to win a beautiful 1 versus 2. We're gonna pick these fights.
How is that a 1 versus 2? It's a 4v2.
Oh no. Sato didn't even realize what he just saw for a second and then lost it. That's what's happening right now. They go for another fast play. Exer's able to drop Spike because there's no real follow-up on this one. That was just going to be a solo check play, but it's all for the distraction in sight. Sato's still moving. Run it back's about to fizzle out. The team's already gained the space. King finds Kesnet. Oh my gosh, they've caused so much chaos, fans. It's like, where do you stand? Where do you look now? What's the timing of the movement of Lev on these plays?
At least they're solo right now. They're kind of isolated for Leviathan. Envy has a chance to really close this gap, but now you're starting to see a little bit of alert from King over on that B side. They could actually go for a late TP here if they want to try to waste more util with another tap Spike.
Just imagine this Odin for Poppin is like all these smokes and everything are down. He's just doing a Rambo yell every time he's holding it down. It's like results will follow. They do get 1 though. It's paid off. 5 kills in the last 3 rounds with that thing.
Thing is, right now they're just going around the world.
Yep.
They broke the trip. They forced a TP. It forces to rotate from Envy all the way out towards that spawn. Yes, it's cool. It still allows for you to get the plant into the A site, but I love that Envy. They stay as a 3-pack mentality just to make sure that they can flood retake as a team. And the more time that you waste, potentially a flash from Poppin should be available for that flood retake in the end. See if they can get it done.
Plant down. Not deterred just yet by the orb. And they are going to split here for a moment. They have a bit of a crossfire on each other. Short flash doesn't see 1.
Nope. An opportunity for Blows now for sure because of that.
Slow push. Blows 1, Blows 2 again.
So bad.
Like I said, they can do no wrong. 29 HP. Going against an Odin and a rifle. Now the crossfire is going to be here as they just make noise to try and play with him. Kings able to crown himself on that one. And Lev pick up another round after, like you said, going around the world.
Yeah. One thing that I found that C9 was struggling, ND was struggling a lot versus C9 on split, was the lack of utility to stall this first wave aggression of Neon. Because the best thing you had was maybe like snake bites, you had nothing to really slow down, and even if you're trying to fight toe-to-toe, the Neon's just sliding across the place all the time.
It's so hard to
just kind
slow
of breaking
down
across
Neon.
replacement. At least they had a second player to try to trade off this time around too, but the more that they're trying to do these and try to stop the Neon at that first step,
And you nerf shit like yoru, so we don't have extra on yoru for quick rotates to help. So you just see Neon dominating every match. It's stupid.
I almost feel you got to start giving them more space for Leviathan. Make them think that they've garnished some free space and then trap him towards those back lines.
Yeah, the way that they're picking apart Envy, that space taken already, they're so deep.
Another 2 down.
Yeah, already on the backside of sight.
We'll see how Lev
Doesn't matter which
handles
side
it, bro.
And they play passive, but you see where the issue is. Isolated. Not really there for trades. No util to stall. They're trying to put Demon 1 at the front. Even if he gets a pick and he TP's back, he's traded out there from where he's at from the shower. So they need to change things around for sure. And hopefully, if it's not now on their attack side.
And they've just got the protocol of everything figured out. Envy reacting very nice to that separated double peek off of the flash from Sato. Really clean to understand what was going on. This is the kind of performance they need to see here at the end of this first half. But Lev still has the answers and the shots. Blows alive, the safest pair of hands in this game, apparently. Holy moly.
It's amazing. It's amazing so far. Now the one that I haven't had a chance to talk about too much was in this roster so far is just King. Because he's just sitting back, calling all the shots, and then the young guns
They're
are
making
fragging.
the shots.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, King recently been saying, the owner coming back in, really helping to refine the confidence in his IGLing and just kind of the direction to take it, since it wasn't the really passive Lev that we kind of expected coming in due to just previous years of their coaching strategy. It's a very different, aggressive, and always hungry Leviathan.
When you think about it in the last round of the half, yeah, I mean, the slide up, you're trying to stall early, but you're solo.
They already got the retreat.
Dude,
the
bro.
volley behind him. Kesnet tries to do it. Takes damage from that, too. Holy moly. Lev's protocols right now are on point. They take the site, and Envy realizes, like, we don't want to lose any more, as per usual. They keep a few more alive this time, but they're going to have to come back into the pit.
The pit, I think, is going to give a gap, though. You can actually flood towards the back.
Flash. Ooh, not killed, though. Traded on both sides. That's an equal one, but Neon starts to separate the trades 1 for 1, but it's
close.
Again!
A 10-2 half. Blows being the closer of most of these rounds for Leviathan. Insane what this kid could do right now. But it also shows how insane it is for Envy's side that it almost feels like, not necessarily that they've given up, but they feel like they always have to go for a hero play. Yeah, you're able to do some damage, yeah, you're able to stall, but you just died.
That's crazy stuff. A runaway first half from Lev. We'll see if Envy can catch them in the second half.
We got this old mattress,
waterbed,
and the receipt.
How about you beat it with a better deal on one of these fresh setups?
We can't do that.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
I'm just gonna leave it.
Not much longer now, and I will also take to the skies.
Me too.
You? No, you will always be a worm.
Just wait and see.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Do you realize how much money this will save us?
Nope.
I just built a budgeting app with Base 44. Look, it pulls
Mhm.
all our expenses into one place and breaks down spending by team.
Guys,
That's crazy.
Nina just built an
Guys, Nina just built an app. It's a very attack-sided map, so you never know.
Because
wind pistol.
Running away
Again.
with that first half, lining them up, knocking them down one after the other to find themselves.
That's a 6 rounds difference.
It started so well.
It's way more
for MV2.
doable.
Remember, Rossi has a nice little 3-piece. They went for a triple push, closing the gaps. I was like, okay, the game plan is looking awesome. But as soon as the money started flowing here for Leviathan, you just always had Spike Zine disrespecting any type of defensive utility for the side of Envy. So hopefully Envy this time around could do similar pastures against Leviathan, as Kesnet is going to be at the point already leading the pack into the U-Haul control.
The Lev squad, oh, they're just on the other side of the wall. This is about to be the clash. One dog goes in, no, who's going to enter first? They realize it is a party.
Ooh, Eggy!
Egster that comes out first, and here we go. A fight at the doorstep. Poppin and Egster are able to come up with 3 quick. And it fizzles, realizing how many were there. Neon is going to have to limp out of this one, but he's only getting so far. The tourniquet's on, and they get him down. Poppin with that kill. King, he himself has a ghost. Hit Demon 1 in the face, but he gets dropped. They don't even give him a chance. And Envy gets a very much needed round, or this could have been a quick second half.
Such an interesting look for Envy as well. Another well-prepared pistol round, I gotta say here, for Envy, as they're winning both for this map. And it's just a pack mentality to fight towards that spawn, not using any utility, just trying to catch their opponents off guard, rotating back from...
Now they come back here, they tilt Lev, and they win the next one, and they win the fucking
That's
thing.
what he needed potentially here. Remember, it was 10 rounds lost in a row in the first half once Leviathan started getting their money.
Okay, so I knew he was clutching rounds last half, but looking down, 21 and 5, really? Blows?
2 Ks, 2 Ks, one-on-ones.
Oh, Poppin's 2 Ks through smokes. The Guardian now was the Odin last half. Sato tries to teleport, but there is going to be the law there holding down the passage.
Rotate, get a fast rotate. They don't know, bro.
And they just don't want to lose anymore to something funky, so they get together and make sure they can trade this.
Most Viper might have crazy timing.
They don't want to lose. Look at that, all grouping up so they can heal everybody to top.
Exactly.
And then just moving as a group. I guess Silver
Viper falling back, sweet.
in this eco was by having that push down towards that B side, hearing that he was popping, getting these kills, and then he also had Sato TP across, and it actually spotted 2 players from Envy on that side as well. So they're going to try to play a little bit more of like extremity controls here, going to their rifle rounds, and that will be a great opportunity for somebody like Spike to open things up for them.
Huge with those 2 kills.
21 and 6 though, hard carrying.
Early, a way to really shut down Lev. If they get through a timeout or a gun round, you know they're going to go for the throat. So that's nice for Envy to have early.
Agreed. Yeah, you're right. Seekers and the buy is actually very good going to the next round. You have Kesnet and Poppin that could actually do some good damage long range. But I think at this point, if you want to be quite explosive around the Seekers against the rifle round of Leviathan that they'll carry over here, I think it should be important to put Kesnet on something like the Bulldog that's from Rossi or for Exter. And not giving them a chance to even die to Spike. This is very good here for Envy to making sure they're dotting all their eyes.
It seems these strangers want me
getting all this orb control for the further rounds.
Come on, Eggy! Ooh. Oh, the wall lineup.
At least got the orb. So that's an orb in a death.
Got the orb.
Getting closer to the run it back as well for Sato.
Yeah, run it back is kind of crazy.
He's currently 2 pips away from his.
They'll never nerf it apparently. I call bullshit, bro. They nerfed the worst ult in the game multiple times. Of course, they can nerf one of the best.
Maybe not using the Seekers just to have the dog going a little bit more quickly.
Good turbo Neon.
Yep.
Oh. Neon go burr. And everybody backs off, but this is all to get the hookah space seen by King. He's going to relay that and call the team back over to see if they can hold off. We might be able to fizzle out the Seekers here, but they're getting pushed.
Not good.
Oh no, they're not getting pushed. Wait a minute. They don't even get into the site yet. Blows is still there to lock it down. They finally get a little help from Long, but Spike's there to retaliate with 2.
This is so bad, bro.
It feels that's what Envy was trying to do in the previous round. And one key difference is that, one, they had a 3rd player, which is great, but what I wanted to focus on was the util. A simple molly on the ground, and the flashes coming out from blows from the elbow, from Octagon. Look how everybody's blind trying to jump through. That's why people are just dying and just melting here coming across.
How's that molly on that box,
was a huge
bro?
flash coming in from long B side, right over there from blows.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Man, what a way to anchor it here for the side of Leviathan.
same as last time. They take away what would be the bonus, and they might take away the rest of the rounds that they need. Already trying to focus out of hookah. They switch that power to long just to get the advantage.
Yeah, it's so sad that we're not even getting picks on bonus, bro. It's
At the
rough.
end of the day, though, if I could start sprinkling in some cope, it was fairly one-sided as well for Envy against C9 on that first map, right? It was very dominant on one half. But once you started seeing that second and third map, what happened? What was different there for Envy was that they came out with a new composition, and it almost looked like that week of practice that they had was to just focus on that single composition for the two maps that worked out in their favor. Fracture's coming up next. I'm assuming it's something similar like that.
I don't know why they put Eggy on Brim, bro.
That they want to cook up here.
Oh my gosh. What did they eat this morning? Spike does it again. He
It's meta.
like
I think because the guy needs to be on Neon for meta.
No pressure felt here from the Vietton as they just bring the sauce on Bind.
I should have put Demon 1 on Jet this round.
Because they find Kaznet and Rossi here, and they're already moving up to look for it. Leaving one on A, they'll rotate King over just to make sure they can lock this down. Oh, he's just waiting.
Spike down B.
Flash for me? Sure. Wait, yep. And eat the flash.
Just look at him laugh at the bottom, too. I thought it was just a selfless thing. I thought he was going to be the one that's just spraying while he's fully blind so that Blows could actually get the pick and get closer to his ult. Or leave it to Spike, even. Oh, my God. But yeah, this Blows is having an excellent game. What more can you add about this kid for today's matchup so far? Yeah. They definitely came in. I wouldn't necessarily say prepared against Envy so far because it's pretty simple, if I could put it that way, for lack of a better word, of how Leviathan's opening on these maps. Everything that they're doing in terms of just getting value on the aggression of Spike is working to perfection, and when you need somebody to anchor up like Blows, he's going to win it for the team. And there's speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Why is this Kai so locked in today, bro? He's cheating. He's on.
He doesn't even reload. He's like, let me get the rest.
He's on some meds or something, bro.
Spike's still down there, afraid to grab it even through the wall being up right now, and they're getting pushed.
He's on Adderall.
Already pinched in by Sato's run it back, which is followed up by Spike.
Yeah, you need the other devil to step up. Now it's Demon 1 on a 2 versus 4. Trying to work together here towards this B site, but again, just too many crossfire setups so far.
Oh, cook 'em. Puts him in the barbecue for just a moment. Demon 1 and Rossi can't really help each other on that angle. Okay, Demon 1's ready for the teleport, though. As Blows try to get a little backstab through the TP, and now they're going to reset to say, okay,
what a
we calm
rough
it down.
first map.
Especially when Neon can connect onto the shots, too, so they just want to play player advantage, which is fine. Right now, if Envy want to start moving towards this B site, they're going to have to knife out quite early, but you still have to gun out to try to cross over towards the A short, where it's currently being jump spotted by Neon. Yeah, no choice to hit towards A now. A Hail Mary now for Envy.
Saw it. Just the hair on the head of Rossi. They go for the elevated. And it's not going to be enough. Spike gets the final one.
Rough.
Almost a clean sweep. Whole time for Leviathan as they come out 13-4 against Envy to start the series.
An unfortunate start there for the side of Envy when, again, they haven't really played this map going into the stage 1. You thought you were going to be able to come out with something new here, at least not in terms of composition, but at least some tape that you've learned from Leviathan that can maybe apply going to this game today. But unfortunately, they fall short, but they have a chance to come back here on Fracture next.
Yeah, that was the pistol rounds for Envy. They said, all right, we have that, and Lev just took it right back. They said, all right, bonus round, and then, like you said, the money starts flowing, and like they couldn't do wrong. Blows had a life game on this one, and he might be able to keep it up this series with the momentum everyone else has. We're going to set up for Fracture.
Sorry about that.
The analyst has to break down that first one when we come back from this break.
I don't even want to watch the rest, bro. That pissed me off. Dang. Game called Nocturnal that's free and actually looks good on Steam.
The way you describe it to a friend. This is how website creation should be. Expression as natural as thinking. Let it out. Shape it into something that could only come from you. This is the new way to
Which are not as bad as G2, right? G2's 0-2. 0-2 G2 versus Loud. Looks like Loud lost their second match. Fucking Lev winning both, bro. Fucking... Freaking fricks, bro. For me and T with one. Come on, chat.
Coach Onur, this is an incredible performance. Once again, you guys really hit the ground running in stage one. If we look on big picture, obviously you came into this season bringing in so many young players, and now those young guns are out fragging veteran players on the server. Do you feel like the Left project is ahead of schedule, or are there still things that you are actively working on?
No, I think that we have the best talent in of region, you know. I'm a well-known coach that I like to play. I like to coach younger players. I've been doing this, you know, my whole life. They have all my confidence, so I prefer to coach younger players. They are the best of the best. I think that we are like in our path to be one of the best team in the world. Every game we are showing it a little bit more. So I'm glad that the boys are like having fun and
fuck the haters.
in their full potential.
I'm gonna put Hector on Phoenix now, and hopefully he gets doubles. I don't know why the fuck they didn't have one. Phoenix there.
His boys are having fun because that
His
game
coach
was a whole lot of
sucks.
fun for them. An absolute smackdown, 13-4, and one of the new guys blows, absolutely tearing up the server.
Oh, he was insane. He was fragging out, he was clutching, and the whole time he was doing it on Sky. He was using his util for a lot of those executes that we saw, enabling all that space to be taken by those duelists. Neon going in crazy, and it just looked so good.
And maybe that's just his one good match.
Couldn't even stop him mechanically. It like every time they were in a 1v1, it was over.
It is insane, and I like that you mentioned that out of all things, Sky. He's fragging out, playing the Sky. I feel like last time that we saw this to this kind of level was a few years ago when Zippa was playing the Sky and was kind of the GOAT. I really like what we just got the chance to see from them.
What do you mean? We saw this literally last week on Zeppa doing that on Sky.
That is popping up, but then you also have
Maybe we need to nerf Sky. Why did we buffer flashes?
if you're Leviathan. The only runs that you lose are pistols, and that's it.
I mean,
Pistol on the end, that's it.
Yeah, first of all, this stat
He had only 2 flashes until last patch, bro. So they buffed Sky and nerfed Yoru. Makes no sense. Whatever.
Earlier in that pre-show, we were talking about how we wanted to see them just go fast. It felt like they heard us a little bit and started playing to that playstyle.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, sometimes there's blows jumping in.
Oh,
in the front line, it was him in the post plants as well, clutching it up. But I think one of the big things that was going so well was how effective they were at shutting down Envy in the post plant. Envy struggled massively. They went 2 for 11 Dryad when retaking on the defense.
Which is an insane stat, but it's also something that we talked about with last series against Cloud9. Even if they got the win, those rounds with Cloud9 where they were struggling the most was those retakes because they were not able to play together. And not only was that, it was sometimes they were playing it with numbers at disadvantage because some of the players were swinging those angles and getting taken down first. But then on top of that, you have a Lev that is using the utility perfectly. It seemed like they didn't even have to use it, but it was a mix of Lev playing it really well, really clean, getting a lot of space early on, and then also an Envy that was never really coordinated to make them happen.
Honestly, it's just that Sky's OP, bro.
Yeah, but I agree. I think the util part too. It's so
Nerf Sky,
interesting to
Nerf
see
Neon.
because
Buff
they were
Yoru.
using those mollies, the Phoenix molly, the Viper spit, and the Brim molly to delay retakes from spawn, as well saving them for that post plant to use on that spike. But they most of the time didn't even need to.
Yeah.
Well, the
They were
next
just
season
so
ends
good
in
at
4
making
days.
space, like you said, and getting those numbers immediately into the execute.
Yeah, you talk about using the mollies to stall out the choke points. I
Yeah.
also was loving how over on the A site, they always have Phoenix flashes to flash
Yup.
and fight for back sight, something you can't always get away with doing. And you can kind of see, like, even just comparing everyone in the server to blows, like, this guy's crushing.
The fact that it was 13-4 and he gets 25 kills. I mean, that's the kind of kills that you see when we're going overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was crazy. And the whole time he's still like supporting his team too. Like his flashes were kind of insane, especially on those executes or on the post plants. Like you said, the Phoenix flashes were the first to take that back site, but the Sky flashes, man, they were just like coming out of nowhere, especially in those clutches. He was using it for himself really well, like the 1v2 in showers where he just yeeted the bird into showers.
Well, really?
Perfect.
I could never be on that because I'd be like, these guys are
We're gonna have to
fucking
go ahead and
nerds.
hear what Coach Stunner has to say ahead of map number 2.
25 kills, get a day job.
You
I'm
start to
joking.
stage 1 looked a little bit rocky. It seems like the team more
He's obviously
so
getting
individuals
paid
that
for
were
this.
affected
Crazy.
by the meta changes. However, last week you really found, like, it seemed like you found your stride. Tough start to today's match. Do you feel like you're still kind of catching up on the meta?
No, I think we have the meta figured out. I think we're just not showing our full potential in this match. So hopefully we can show it up for the next match or next map. And yeah, we'll see.
Right. Well, good luck next map.
Motherfucker, you put Exeter on Brem
Let's
again.
get it locked in here on Fracture. Our first time we're going to get to see that. It's a pizza party now, Dan.
First time Fracture in Americas, and I'm very excited to see what Lev has been cooking. I remember Onur used to be amazing at this map, having a really good read in a meta that can be very similar today. But what was the most interesting is that back in 2022, 2023,
Right, so we picked that and we lost.
when Onur was part of this team, King was the one playing Neon. And I don't think that's going to happen this time around. There's another younger players that can play the Neon.
No way.
But imagine. I'm just saying, imagine.
Imagine. No, I think this makes sense. I mean, we saw them almost running it down, just full executing every single time. I think on a map like Fracture, it's going to work out too. There was that one round where they did a really good ping pong, trying to make space on the other side. Like you mentioned, hitting that chamber trip in hookah and then coming back. I think this map is basically Lev's playground. I think it makes sense that they picked it.
Yeah, look, if you want to see some
Nah, my
fun
team
get
just threw.
down, you're going to want to stick around for map
Bunch
number
of
2. Rivet fans
butts
are going to
on
be back
envy.
after this break.
I don't know why the fuck we went for that, bro. It has to be because they wanted to run Viper. So they were like, we needed that smokes for Viper. Just delete Viper at this point, bro. I also need Brim for the A push low key.
Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
This is rough.
Welcome back to VCT Americas, where Envy is going to try their best to figure out how to get past map 1.
Sorry, I don't know why that made me laugh so
lock
much.
in for map 2 because they got wiped by Lev. It was two pistol round and a round, and then Envy really coming out of last week. We thought they would have a lot more.
Okay.
Have not yet. Let's see what they got.
Yeah, and now first time we finally see Fracture here in the Americas. So
Putting extra on fucking Brim.
To a veto. I think that makes pretty much sense right now if you're going to leave extra on the role of the smoke. And then you need something to give you that early information for these splits that you want to try to do here, especially when it comes down to anchoring. What I want to focus on, though, is more on the
And they're running Waylay Neon. We're fucked, bro. We're fucked. They're playing the meta stuff. They've got mains on the meta, bro.
Waylay dash while we neon wall and just rush through the double utility of the King and blows as the breach and the Tejo respectively.
Yeah. So it's Waylay can still just hit the trip and then TP back out, and then Neon gets to go crazy.
This is gonna be ×2 because you now have the Neon and also a Waylay to top on the space on the attack side here for Leviathan.
I'm excited to see Fracture. Lev, I mean, owner even said before.
Oh, well, bro.
They brought out the split to kind of trick G2. I think pulling out the Fracture, you got to see something from both teams, but still, it's an unknown, and I feel like Lev loves that here. Ooh, they don't love the start from Demon 1, and it's traded back from Spike. A quick shorty slide up. It looks like they have full access now to the A site.
Already a flank from the top side, though, and Neon's trying to fight it.
Kesnet there. They're coming around from A lobby as well. They could time this. They have him just kind of stuck at Sands for the moment. Sato's able to drop Rossi here, and it is going to be a war.
Dude, the Yoru nerfs just came at the worst time. If they could have held off on the Yoru nerfs.
The angles that are open anymore. And we see Spike, Shorty.
Who knows? Maybe they buff them in 4 days. Back then. I don't know if the stuff's really gonna. The patch is gonna come out in 4 days.
That's all that's required here. Wait. Gets him off. Knows he has to hit again. And he's gonna win it. Oh my god! 6 HP, Spike goes around, and they still are giving Envy a hard time as we start map.
Unlucky, bro.
Bullets to win. Just jump around here, ring around the rosy through the pillar, and just win that through time. It only makes sense there too, because you're playing the Neon. That's so nice there for our Spike.
Oh my gosh.
Also the opening that we had, yes, it was nice by Demon 1. The only caveat was that he picked off the 5th
Riot's balancing makes no sense. So you take away all of the other competition, and then Neon outshines everything. Because you nerfed everything. That guy's laugh needs to get changed.
His cheeks have to hurt at this point. They're pushing off. These are where we see the breach come into play, but Lev's still able to attack back. They're going to give more to the fight, though, as all of Envy are going to bring to this battle. It's not ending. It's continuing, and that's the last one.
Rough.
Lev stands tall.
Well, it might be a fast match, bro. They might lose this one as well. Rough.
As much damage as possible.
And they did. You got to give them that, at least.
Yeah.
Tip your hat for what Envy just did. You just saw the Neon run around too, just to bait out the utility in the first place. Everybody stayed back towards that spawn. But it's so hard for you to watch the angle with everything that's sticking out here from that wall just by the tree that they couldn't really get the cleanest of shots for the other players.
Map is so terrible to try and hold, bro. So hard to hold this map.
Bonus round still pretty decent though. You still have a Vandal that you're carrying over from Sato. Splitting on a right side of that map for the crunch.
Making Kesnet feel uncomfortable. They're already into A. So fast from Sand. The whole fight was in lobby, and now they're actually bringing the fight to Envy outside the site.
That's insane.
This is kind of crazy. Extra's able to do a bit of magic. He's got to pull more out of his hat if he wants to get through Lev on this second round.
I don't know why
Vandal from Demon 1
Sky.
could do a few more.
Going okay, Griffin. That's good.
Lev's so sure about these situations.
My team's losing though. Pretty sad.
I think they're just absolutely rocking Envy on timing a lot of the time.
Pretty sad.
Distance they're getting in the site at weird times is just throwing Envy off.
I mean, you already see it from the south side too. It was all trying to sell it big and keep them isolated towards that south side. You had breach stuns, you had a drone coming out too, and it just allowed the double dash to come in from behind and get the backstab. Sato didn't even need to recall in the end. And that's a bonus round converted that, again, remember what we said that they carried over. Yes, a Vandal, a Bulldog, but you only had a Sheriff in the hands of Blows, yet they all get free upgrades at the end of the round. And that's going to be very painful because that is now not only, you know, the silver lining for the side of Envy was that they were able to win pistol round and second round anti-eco, right? On the first 2 hours of bind. Now they've lost pistol and they've also lost their gun round against the bonus. This is not the hottest of starts at all here for the second map. Again, unseen for both of these teams, but now they're learning quick and they have to learn on the fly.
Seeing how they can get in Lev's face early, because at this point you gotta take.
How the hell do we lose our buy round?
Before they get to the site.
Oh, we just saw that.
Alive, it's like everyone's
sucks, bro.
I
get at least got 2.
Like star power right now, so it's yeah. It just feels like the full force of Lev needs to be worked away at before they get to the site here. And on this round, obviously, low buy for Envy. What are they going to have in store for these following rounds? We might be able to get a few of those alt points here to set that up.
Yeah, and as you talk about firepower from the side of Leviton, but if you actually go down that list from left bottom to top or top to bottom on the left side, there's still plenty of firepower as well from the side of Envy. Now it's just trying to figure out how do you stop the util around that's being utilized by Leviathan in the first place. Sometimes it's walk contact once again that surprises you, or sometimes it's just the explosion of all the util. So it shows to me right now that Envy, they still have a hard time finding some active information, and it's probably solely because of this composition as well. So if it's not on face checking from util, it's maybe a sky flash, a dog or something, but you don't have real physical information unless you show your body, and hopefully you don't lose your body and your life in that process.
Look at all the pressure Spike's putting on himself. Solo take on the site with util help, but nobody's coming in. They're just allowing Spike to wreak havoc. That's incredible.
Well, it's gonna run into
Sato's already
spawn.
lurking towards the A side too, so very similar to what happened on the other anti-eco. You just have Spike running up, baiting util, and it works out. Look at the trap play Envy was trying to do there. As soon as you had the Neon walk in. Now you cut rotates on top of that, and you're in a great spot to just close out this map.
And the timings. Where are they? How far up
Oh,
are they?
why are we
Further
doing so
than you
bad? Why is Lev so on
Lev
top of it?
again take down Envy. Just inside their mind for this first half of Fracture.
Oopsies.
Oopsies. But this is crazy from Spike. Just walking up left side wall. Always forcing just what would be one fight, really.
Yeah.
Like those angles are perfect for a Neon. And yeah.
They've lost 3 in a row.
Just aware right now.
Yeah, Kizzy was trying to slide out
No,
too
this
to
is
try to surprise some
overall
players, but
matches.
sees nobody. But that one sole player of Spike inside B that gets 2 kills on top of that for the side of Leviathan. Remember, this is a saving grace now. Weapons are back after the timeout for Envy. Can they convert it now? And they also have ults to work with. And this is what I'm talking about. Bring in the aggression.
They were winning
You confirm now nobody on the north side. Play the retake now on B.
One dashes tower, the other dashes to the right. Canteen's clear, so Waylay's out, and they have knowledge that they have quite a bit of room to play with now as the smokes go down a little later and buy even more time. They're ready for the attack, fans. Lev starts to light up that kill feed, but not before Envy can get a few of their own. Pop in an extra, still alive with Vandals as they try to approach the site. They're being found, and this is big. Poppin needs to be able to collect around for the squad, and he is.
Wow.
That was, they kind of just swing each other at the last moment there, but yeah, Poppin ready for that in the final moments, and Envy need this big.
Like I said, once it gets scrappy and it has to come down to just a team deathmatch where there's no more utility left,
it is.
You definitely do have players that can shoot back. Look at Exer, picking up another 3K, but that's a big one-on-one. This probably should have been a round that should have been won by Envy, so it's good that some players could step up to the plate and salvage that round here for Envy. But what I'm hoping to see a little bit more as well from Envy, potentially here, is to start adding a little bit of that pressure on the extremity. Because Leviathan, they're basically just 5-manning every single thing because of this double duelist, double initiator, and no Senti. So this is a great opportunity now for players to keep pushing forward and going for flanks.
These calls from King are just so good against what Envy wants to do right now. They still have all the power to retake though. And that breach makes it very effective, so let's see what Envy can do to get this site back after Seeker's ult. They won't be really fizzling out here. They'll prevent the site take, so nicely stalled.
I don't think King shot any of the Seekers too. I think they just dissipated. So he could stay inserted here right now and actually catch Extra off guard. That might pull the rotate back because there's still another minute left on the clock to work with. They already knew here from the side of Leviathan that Envy were kind of just thunderfooting back towards that spawn.
Yep.
And look, that moment of uncertainty for Envy. They're going back and forth towards that spawn. Somebody has to peek out for some information. Now everybody's just getting killed.
All right, and another quick peek there. Poppin does keep his life, though. Sato's going to take it. There's more than you think. Again, Rossi feels like he can get somebody's back, but Sato's still looking. And they're going to be able to find one more as Sato just keeps hunting a fourth one on the round.
And look at those X's. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Your rotates, yes, are quick by going from B to the A site through spawn. But what happens when you're trying to retake the site? You're going through the main chokes of two angles being easily watched by Leviathan in potential post-plant scenarios, but also if they stall right now for Leviathan like they have been in the mid-round, you don't know where they're going to be going to. So you're getting caught off all these rotates, and Stunner feels that frustration.
You can only do so much. Already a timeout snuffed by Lev just as fast as they were on the first map of Bind. And Fracture here does not seem to slow Lev down, and neither does Envy as they get back to another low buy. And they'll move around as a death ball here to try and predict the right site. And Lev will once again
needing to play Brim when I'm a fucking goated Yoru. All because for some silly ass reason they're like, we're gonna give Sky infinite flashes, refreshable flashes, but we're gonna nerf Yoru and take away a flash. What? The worst flash in the game, by the way. Shortest flash in the game.
You show less, get your wins. Some spawn hits here from Neon. A fourth one on the docket. Oh, he's gonna go down. Special delivery from Spike up close on Rossi there. And they collect another round.
Rough, bro.
And that was just Neon just mowing players down by holding mouse one with the Phantom too. But they had to try. It was so quiet pretty much for Leviathan. Remember, they cut noise. You're not able to find early information because you're just pushing kind of slowly as a team through that spawn. And you try to gamble the stack, try to gamble that push.
Oh, I hate that kid, bro.
One in the process, maybe two if I'm not mistaken.
He annoys me low key.
But now Orb Strike ready. Is this a fast Sands crunch?
Oh.
I'm a hater, bro.
They're trying to push whoever was in tower back. They find nothing for now, but here goes the execute. Watch the protocol as they try to Rolling Thunder back. Envy wants to fight this. Everyone is there to throw a punch. And it's going to be affected so far, and they get on top of this really fast. Blows the last one alive. Demon 1 comes online for this round, and Envy punch back fast at the beginning there.
Yeah, that was so many players blinded in Sands for such a long time, too. But that Rolling Thunder to reply back here from Rossi was huge.
Win, boys, lock it.
Launches players in the air, cuts that push. There's no support from that back where the idea still remained the same. Even though they added the orbital strike on top of it
I've given up on my boys,
side, it was just Spike trying to go in and bait that util, but as he was fully flashed, he could get out to safety, so Leviathan felt like they had to swing out and try to help out so they could keep their teammate alive. Fortunate for them, but gratefulness for Envy, able to convert there that round to add 2 to the board. Aggressive push here. No op. Actually, the op money is in the hands of Kesnet.
Still going for a little bit of peek there as well. The risky business is the popping in the Neon trade back and forth. A little bit of a lobby.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, that
they're
can
fighting
happen.
on so many fronts here. Rossi's, oh, they're A main again. They've backed off. No, somebody is still there. Just really throwing Envy for a loop.
The difficult thing, though, is that
Oh my God,
Demon
I'm so
1 already
sneezy lately.
down on that line, and he got owned. He calls the info. There's probably 3 players there already, right? So why would you want to try to repush that if you stall towards the A side? So,
but you feel like you're falling behind so much, so you might need to push that play, right?
Bring a teammate with you at this point, to be honest with you.
There's got to be a better answer.
You already have Kesnet that's, like I said, already opping in this round, and he's
you,
also
thank
opping
you.
from a distance on the top of Jenny to look
How have
down
you
that
been,
line.
Griffin?
So why do you want to push down there? Yeah, a little bit of a miscomm coming through. But
Are
again,
you
it
off
almost
work?
feels
Are you
like
like on a
on
break
all
right
over.
now?
Players feel like they have to make a play, and thankfully, Kesnet just made a play right there.
On the hard line.
30 seconds.
Still got another one for them to cross into sight. They've got Lev mixed up for the first time here as Armageddon comes flying through. Wait a minute. Blows finds one. They're going to try to get this swing together, knowing it's Heaven. Push eggs are off. All right. Oh, trying to squeeze in. Knows how his own molly works.
Spike planted.
Yeah, unfortunate. Spike still gets planted.
Oh, the Vandal spray does him dirty, and King comes up big with the kill to solidify the round, and Lev get another one.
Well, at least this time it's not eggy.
It was a nice attempt too by
I don't know why they're
Extra on
putting
that
this
1
guy
versus
in
2. I think it was a little bit preemptive though on the orbital strike, but I think it's
Yeah.
a sole reason of he just got hit by the special delivery, right? He's fully stunned, he's trying to fall back, he's thinking they're chasing after him, so he could hold that line and hopefully win it through time with isolated duels, but fortunate you just saw what happened. There's still a gap of space for you to just freely plant. And as you block your own vision and your own path of way to move back into the B site here with your own orbital strike, very hard for you to try to win. So as it looked very scrappy and very doable for Envy on that previous round, they're already back on another eco here, and Leviathan are just, back in a comfortable lead in his driver's seat.
The win-loss money reset is painful for Envy to come back here. They are going to retake this space, but they decide to slow it down. Neon just traverses the map.
The enemy team's not as wealthy.
They're really going to go to the opposite site again. Lev is just...
Rossi should have gotten someone a
sites
sheriff,
all
bro.
map long. Spike's going to be able to tell him that soon, too.
Yeah. But it's him, first one, able to just dash away freely, calls for the help, and now everybody just thinks to fight.
Oh my gosh.
Too easy.
Playing so safe with guns
And now they
versus
don't even know if
pistols.
they want it. They said, all right, there's a push there. We either go in as a team or we wait it out.
I'm almost seeing what's really happening for Leviathan on every one of these opens. It's always most of it on one side of the map, right? So if it's north side, then it's 4-1 on that side. If it's east side, then it's 4-1 across the board. But there's never really somebody in the other opposite quadrant. Just because when Leviathan starts to go for the explosion and the one that's actually running util, for example, smokes or something like that for Neon, he's going to be the one watching that flank too and just cut those rotates. Nice flash.
Nice flash, yeah.
Map is just straight
Really
horrible.
quick, but
Got back home after
so
finishing my
people,
shift.
Too many eyes.
Well, then on the way home,
Flash,
that
again,
final
the
hour is always
answer
one of the
for
busiest
everything.
moments of the
Yeah,
day.
it's gonna be tough anyways, but
Fair.
Lev do it clean, yeah, exactly. Like Lev always having a bit of an advantage.
Now we enjoying some
in the situation.
dinner.
This was crazy. They went so slow that they were able to react to this as well, so it played right into their hand again.
Enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Jeez. Oh my.
Usually he does that face when they're winning crazy rounds, but that... So there you go. See, all 5 of them kind of just group together. Once they start using util, smokes are coming down. Neon should be watching that flank. And now we see the crunch coming through here, finally.
The TP out. This is the response we've been looking for. They had it. It's Sands over at A. Now another round as we get into 11. It looks like Envy comes to life
If we can win
time.
4 rounds, we can bring this
They
around.
need it for the rest of the map.
No.
Oh, Sato.
Sato about to pull some bullshit out of his hat again.
And no play to be made there. Envy pick up another one. They know it's in them. They just got to keep getting that each round.
Small steps too, right? One extra round that they've gotten in a half. On Bind, it was pistol, anti-eco, and that was it for both halves of Bind.
They have a double any
To
comp.
lose their 13-4.
Well, that means
This
they're
time
gonna
they actually get the third
spam
round by
util
having
at
that
the start of the
crunch.
round, bro.
Having some aggression coming out this time around too. A double flank on top of that. With the stall
These
that
breach
the,
stuns are gonna be so
target
lame.
towards the arcade. So that was kind of nice. Will it repeat itself so far here as they have that 4-1 setup to try to fight the south side push?
Oof. That Waylay ult just primed if they hear anything come from Satellite. As they're actually pushing up. Nice info for Envy. If we're focusing on their side, this should be great movement for what they're able to do on defense.
Demon 1 could just eat all the util right now because of the evolution. I thought maybe he'd play more on Heaven as well just to close that gap, but he's just looking to fight here.
Evolution's up. You can see it there at the bottom. Goes down though. They get onto him too fast. Can't live through that. And here goes Spike to create even more disruption. Back and forth. The Waylay ultimate, you hear it goes off as well, and they absolutely smother Envy with utility. There's just no chance. Sato picks up the 4K, and even he can't believe it.
What is Sato's score right now, bro?
I think you're also realizing too.
Does it say here?
All the util right now because here.
Down to him, back and forth. The Waylay ability. There's
No, it doesn't.
I think you're also realizing too that TP for that veto a lot slower than a Chamber, a lot slower than a Yoru. He's like still
having to turn around.
75% trying to like pop it up until it gets broken by that shorty. Another dominating half we have so far by Leviathan.
Very nicely done. Envy has to press back when we get back from this break.
Oh, well.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Oh, they're making fun of C9 last time. Now they're making fun of us, bro. It's crazy. Okay, 9-3 curse. Winnable. Yeah, Rossi, pick it up, bro. Yeah, motherfucker's running waylay, dashing in with a shotgun, and people are saying it's him. Who can't do that? Who can't do it? Let's nerf a character that needs specific lineups for his flashes and shit. Makes sense.
Try their hardest here to figure out what Lev has been able to figure out, what they're doing, and how they just keep running this aggression straight to the site or just to all 5 members of Envy before they get to the site.
Yeah. Quite honestly with you, though, if I'm looking at how I digested that first half, though, they really didn't have a chance to really learn what Leviathan was kind of doing, right? It was fairly passive for most of these setups for the side of Envy. I think the only time where we saw a little bit of oomph at the beginning of these rounds were when they're on ecos and staying as a death ball. It wasn't until like round number 11, I think, or something.
Nah, Envy lost the first one, the first game, very badly. And then this one can go either way. But Lev is just going crazy as well. They're doing very good.
Still and lock down a few of these shots. Kesnet trying to be all over, omnipresent on this round. But it looks like Lev is just able to corner each member and knock them down here for another pistol round.
It's like when you're trying to run too fast in a cartoon, but there's oil on the ground, so you're just like
So I think
and you can't stop.
Envy loses this match as well, probably pretty quickly. And then that's that. That's that for us today. I'll get off.
Spike. Just look at that. And there's just too many bodies in the first place. He was already
But they have the reason I'm watching this
whatever
is because I like the guy named Dexter,
You can see a minute 30 on the clock.
and he's very good at Yoru. But they nerfed Yoru right before this because this is pro. This is like the top of the top of the top.
At this point, it should get sponsored by the Reading Rainbow.
And they nerfed Yoru right before pro started.
Good Newcaster. Oh my God, Spike!
It's a little rough, bro. So now they're putting extra on smokes and stuff, and he's not a smokes player.
What is that, bro?
If anything, Envy is hoping for a new map, but they really got to start stepping up to the plate here. A Flawless is going to be devastating, though, for Envy. Can't get any plants in the last 2, and that's the economy staying quite low. We'll have to try to see the best things that we could buy here. I almost feel like if you are now afraid of playing against an Outlaw, for example, in this round, you're going to have to force full shields. And if you're going to force full shields, you won't have the best of utility. Yes, I stole his ace.
That's vile from Sato. Oh my God.
And look at what I'm talking about here. The util, you don't have any walls right now for Kesnet, which is actually quite crazy. That they're going to go to try to play that strat, to try to move in as a team. Well, actually, you don't need to. You already died.
They are
Extra MVPing this last match, I think. So rough,
kind of making these plays, Spike in and out for one, says, no, there's nothing more to be had here. Where can we go now as the team and just kind of jump around even more? They clear long here with the drone, give that
Team
position
MVPing, of course.
over to Spike. And they just set defense back up here. And really, no ground has been gained by Envy.
Yeah, now it's just the highest priority to try to keep Extra alive as well, because you only have 2 smokes left, and that's all you have to go for the exec. You would have loved to keep a wall or have a wall at least in that round. Like I said, Keza didn't buy one, so you could actually split the site and have teammates follow up with you. Now they also lose the tip of the spear, so what could Rossi really support here as this breach?
I don't get it, bro, because Poppin is a very good spokes player as well. I don't know why.
They might get toppled down fairly quickly now.
Really clean by blows there, not giving up too much.
You could very easily just go breach Phoenix.
Backs up. Envy still
Then throw pop it
reach
on
and grab
spokes,
straws.
bro.
Which member can they
You'll
get
throw
first?
pop it on
And they're gonna
close,
go
see him
for
pop
blows.
off.
You can't get out of this one now, right? You can't get out of this one now! Blows stays alive as spikes and comes over, helps from over the shoulder, pie to the
Fuck,
face
bro.
on Envy,
That's
and
rough.
Lev get to match point.
Pie also for Rossi. 314, unfortunately.
No.
Man, it would have been so nice to see
Yep,
Yoru
it is.
actually go crazy on these maps.
Freshly baked.
But now you're gonna see people. Everybody's gonna complain about Neon,
The fact that he's still able
which is
to
so stupid. I don't understand how you nerf everything. You nerf all of Neon's competition, and now you want to go, oh, Neon is so OP. How's she never been nerfed?
Damn. Just Goomba stomped him.
Because she wasn't OP.
Oh, man. It's hard to make something out of this, too.
She
and
isn't.
be hopeful for Envy in this
You just
series,
nerfed
but
everything
it
else
has
to
definitely
not be
been one-sided
competition.
throughout this whole game. Now it's glass cannon rifles, whatever they could do here.
Waiting. It's the first time they really
Doesn't really
have
matter
to
what
meet
you
Lev
do
at
as
the
well.
front door, and there aren't too many ults.
Because you don't really
Back in and
slide on
counter
Neon
strike.
until you
That's
throw
the
your
one to
stuns.
disrupt.
So you
That's
throw
the
your
one to go
stun,
crazy.
then
He's
you
taken out
slide,
by
then you
Exter.
shoot.
So they miss one of those avenues back in as Kesnet also whittles away at the chances for Lev to take the match on this round. Very nicely by Envy playing this defense calm. There it is. Okay.
Oh, 1 second.
Really behind each other on the trades there, getting themselves out of the open immediately after the plant. And we see them stretch this one another round.
For a small little fault that we see here on a dent to the defense for the side of Leviathan. They tried to turn it all up a
Doesn't
little bit
make
more so they could
sense,
actually
bro.
flood with the flankers at the bottom,
Terrible.
but when you're given too much space here for Envy to set up within the 8 site, they can just fault line from whatever position that they see and hear here from Exter. So fault line came out from Rossi, able to add some assists to the column here to allow Exter to get these picks, and also, as we call him out, getting a 2K within that previous round to shy away from that 314. And not shying away though is Leviathan. Northside Crunch.
Yeah.
Viewers
Bonus
15.
round that they did a little bit of damage into Envy, but not only do they have a rifle round, they have an overdrive available for Spike.
All right. Full play towards A. Have their flank watch, so this is all eyes ahead here on what this hit's going to be. And it's Envy's turn to choose the correct site. They'll get another free one. This really solidified them last round and being able to set up that garrison for post-plant, and they'll have quite a bit of time. If they get that spike in, they're going to trade it off first.
Alarm is being sounded as the chokehold just got picked.
I've won a game like this recently, but I mean, this is pro. You need the enemy team to literally throw it away.
He's a little reactive at the moment. I'm sure Lev's happy to see that, so they can crash back in here, preparing for the take. And a peek from Exter to actually start it off for them. Sato grabs another one, and another peek towards spawn for Rossi as they try to figure out where the in would be to save this round, but it's all out the door. Lev's able to capitalize, 3 for blows,
Fuck,
and
bro.
that's going to be a 13
How
for
do we lose
Leviathan
this
as they
hard,
take
bro?
down Envy.
Double 13-4 in the series. And I gotta say that last round, they just lost all their timing. I respect the Rolling Thunder back towards that spawn on the south side because you wanted to try to find your timing to fight.
Can't wait
into
till
the
we nerf
spawn,
fucking
but they just
Neon into
gave
the
up
ground.
that space to
Take
give
away
up that
light.
timing, and they got crunched in the end. But this just comes to show that you can try to prepare as much as you want here for the side of Envy. But Leviathan are definitely looking like that team that we expected them to be from this offseason going into this year of 2026. And definitely showing it now at this stage 1 of kickoff.
Crazy. Was that timeoutless, if you will call it that? Didn't even need one from Lev's side. They crushed through this. Sato, the man to steal your
No, that coach is a
5.
fucking moron, bro. I don't know why you would put Extra on Brim twice.
I think Lev just played their game today. Whatever Envy was going to bring, I think Lev stepped out on top.
Play their game and had fun the whole time as well, and that guarantees them being that first team in the Americas to move into the playoffs with heavy and great shooting across the board of this young rookie team.
That'll do it for our first series of the day, but there's more to come, and right when we get back from the break, we'll have the Verizon post-match interview. Don't go anywhere.
What is this guy on about? Extra went positive in both games, no? Am I tripping? What was the scores?
At the moment, I'm sure Lev's happy to see that. So where the in would be to save this round, but it's all out.
It's just 11-14. The best on his team, so team MVPs. On Brim. What do you mean delusional? This guy's the best Yoru in the world. And then they nerf his character right before the fucking season starts. I don't get it.
In our path to be one of the best team in the world, every
popping off, but then you also have a game plan that just works out perfectly. This is your dream scenario if you're Leviathan. The only runs that you lose are pistols, and that's it. A pistol on the Antica, that's it.
Yeah, first of all, this stat line is insane.
Teleport, though. His blows try to
Extra went 8-15 here. Okay, never
get a
mind.
little backstab through the T.
Rough, bro. I don't know why they didn't put them on Phoenix. We see him perform well on Phoenix, and then we're like, oh no, next week we're gonna put him on something else. Like, they're stupid.
Play their game and had fun the whole time as well, and that guarantees them being that first team.
Oh well. Rough, bro, rough. What the fuck happened, boys? So he said it at last match too. They're like, oh dude, you know what, bro? We just need to put Eggy on something where he can flash and run down, and then we don't do it. We absolutely throw. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, Wally. What can we watch before I get off, man? That's insanely short, bro.
If you're a producer who
I would love
hates
some
AI,
interviews.
this plugin might change your mind.
I don't really want to sit here and wait for them, bro. That's unbelievable, bro. My team getting rolled that quickly. Oh, Welly, helly. I've been looking at how to remodel hands again because I saw a video a while back and I'm sad I didn't save it because this is not it. But they had like this weird trick to just pretty much nail hands. It's very good. It's very cool. I don't know if it was like a longer video or a short, but it was very good. Yu-Gi-Oh! All 5 seasons. Till Drama Island, full seasons. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna get off, boys. I don't really have anything to watch. I'm a little bummed about that. Wait, I'll show you guys my recent comeback. This is what they should have pulled, bro. This is what they should have pulled. We'll see. I've got 2 accounts in plat right now, which is so sad. At least I'm not like hard stuck. I figured out how to win more, but it's like it feels slower because it's more consistent. It's less based on luck. I'll explain it once I'm in a thing. That's so lame. I cannot believe it, bro. I cannot believe it. So sad. I'm so sad, bro. I'm so sad. Oh wow, they just really abused Phoenix Neon Waylay. Sky. I thought I was higher, but yeah, my MMR is very bad. Look at this. Other than that, we're pretty much weaning. But like I said, the MMR is so bad. So the thing is, I play only like 1 or 2 games a day. Like this was the only game I played this day. Going 40 kills, bro, and I lost this game. Crazy work. This game, bro. One thing I hate about competitive games is people that play like they don't want to win, bro. This guy doesn't know how to play Reyna. Him and this guy. Related for Reyna. So that means they hover Reyna and they see who gets Reyna. Now this guy, main Sova. As you see, we have no initiator. You might not know what that means, but anyways, just know our comp is bad. If this guy just played his main, we would have won the game. Oh, wow, you guys can't even see this. I'm so stupid. Look at this. This is kind of funny. Where is the game? What the hell? The game's not here. All right, here I'll re-explain it, and then I'll show you guys my 40 kill game that I lost. I should actually hide their names, but it's too late now. So this guy doesn't play Reyna. So this chick that he's playing here, he doesn't play. He mains an initiator, which you need one of pretty much every match. They're probably one of the most important roles to have as initiator. We have double Senti. This guy mains Reyna, but all 4 of these people were hovering Reyna for roulette. I convinced these 2 to not do it because I was like, hey guys, I really want to win. I'll go Smokes. So I'm filling Clove, which is a Smokes character, bro. And this match starts hard because I was like, yo, we're probably going to lose attack. We have no any. That's okay. Just try and win a couple rounds. And on round switch, the score was 10-12. So it's the first team to get 13 wins. So it goes as you would pretty much expect, bro. We go, is it 12? 12-3. That's our score. So my team was a bad, angry, but I was so salty, bro, that these 2 idiots did this. And they're like crying in chat, like, oh, dude, like, brr, 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 just crying the whole time. This guy's 217 because he doesn't play this character, but he wanted to roulette for the character, which I was so annoyed, bro. I think I muted comms pretty much. I muted everybody else, but I was still in comms to give shout outs. And then it just magically, we just started coming back. Real magically, bro. See some of my kills, my plays. I don't think I ever got like a triple or whatever. We'll see. Positioning goat. Awesome angle. Look at that. Smoking. Whoa, he smokes.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, double.
Spike down.
God, this game is so loud. What the hell? This game is so loud. Why is this game so loud, bro? Anyways. I kind of just kept doing that. Just kind of making the difference. There was probably some rounds where I got 3. Speaking of single player games, how's it try? How's it go? Griffin. Okay, I'll try and hop on it again sometime. It just annoys me, bro. And then like this tilts me. Even though I win, like my mental just ruined because I'm like, I don't get how are we queuing? We're pretty high elo. Like this is a plat gold diamond lobby around there. And you're trolling for what, bro? Like why are we doing roulettes? I get having fun, but like you're trying to win. You're queuing to win. Anyways. We get this thing going to overtime. And I'm just the GOAT, honestly. Let's see what I get here. That might be a triple as well. God, I'm so clean with it. It's a double. I'd probably die here. Oh, dude, this timing would have been gross. I think I should have sat in the smoke a little bit longer. Dude, if I hit that, I single-handedly won that round. We still won the round, but still. Is this just a double? No, I think this is a triple. Dude, that's smoke. Ooh. But I get another one, I think. Oh, that's a triple. Wait, did someone steal one of my kills? Because I got the Sage, the Gecko. Who stole my kill, bro? Oh, someone stole the Sage kill. That's crazy work. That's crazy, bro. I actually can't believe we won this game. This was crazy. Coming back from... They needed to win one round. And then they lose like 10 in a row. It's unbelievable. I'm so good at this game. I didn't warm up this day, though. I was kind of just like, yeah, I'm going to go out. If I lose, I lose. This game, though. Let me show you this game. This game, I did warm up. 39 kills, bro. 10 kills over anyone else. Plat Diamond Lobby. Dude, I think I even aced. I even aced, bro. See if we can find the ace round. Yeah, bro, but I've like aced like 2 times in one game and still lost the game. So nothing new. This is perfect Valorant gameplay. It doesn't get better than this. And they already have 2 people on RB. They could have been flanking here. So the other 3 people are full HP. Did I kill everybody myself pretty much, I think? I'll be getting off soon, Griffin. So have a great day. And thank you for stopping by. What am I looking at? This is bad. So freaking perfect, that's me. So flippin' perfect, you see. Dude, we got this to overtime as well, and we still lost. Bro. A horrible team, horrible. I did nothing on overtime though, which is why we lost. It is what it is. Cell champion. This was me on the worst character in the game, by the way. Yoru. Yoru-sama. Fuck, I hate this game, bro. Low-key, I hate this game. Man, I've got so much to do. I need to play Terraria, I need to do Woo, I need to do HSR. Working on my game. See what we got here. Shoo! Just got on fire. I just like player cards. Super shy, super shy. Alrighty. Did some filling. Just play some other stuff other than Yoru, bro. You see why, man. Loki was throwing. Like, I'm lucky gonna get banned. I think I didn't do anything for the first 6 rounds here. I was just like, I don't care. I really don't care, bro. Cause we went double senti, and I was just like, I don't want to play this match. And then my team started winning, and I was like, you know what, bro? I'll start trying. And then we just won the game. Boop, boop. My best round, this one. With the one that we lost. It was very, very fun, bro. You might have not noticed it. This guy here was telling me, yo, you suck. Get off the game. And then guess who's on my enemy team this game? The one that we're losing so hard. Because there's only two wins in the first half. There's around 12. I'll just win every round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rounds in a row. Guess who's on the bottom? Oh, he's not on the bottom. He should be, though. 11-22. Yikes, bro. Yikes, dude. Yikes, dude. Okay, I hop off. Thank you so much for stopping by, Griffin. Have a great day. Bye.